What's going on, y'all? It's 41st Acre here again. Got a quick video for y'all. Just going to go through some SEC predictions this week. Not a very full slate, but some interesting games out there. So, Ben, Brett, want to get y'all's quick thoughts. Just tell me who you think is going to win, who you think is going to lose. If you have a quick snippet about it, feel free to throw it in there. Ben, let's start with you, man. How about that Kentucky at Ole Miss game at 11 o'clock?
Yeah, I think Ole Miss covers. They're 17.5 point favorite. Playing at home, 11 o'clock. Kentucky, might be beating themselves up from not finishing the deal last week against Georgia. I think I'm not totally writing off Kentucky. And obviously, we've talked about Texas plays them at the end of our season, and that could be a trap game. Um, I think with the Stoops as a coach, they kind of play not to lose. So if they play to win, they might be a different team. But I think Ole Miss is for real this year. Haven't seen the rest of their schedule, but I would expect Ole Miss to win this game and cover.
Yeah, they got a lot of NIL dollars going in there, especially with Jackson Dart going for that
Yeah,
Heisman.
a lot of Coca-Cola dollars.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Brett, how about you, man? What are your thoughts?
No reason to beat around the bush on this one. Ole Miss.
I love it. All right, Brett, we'll start with you on this one. Good old OU with their new starting quarterback Hawkins in there at Auburn, 2:30. Got a OU is actually favored by 2 points. How you feeling?
I mean, I would love to see OU go 0-2. I just don't think that happens. I thought Auburn might be a good team after that first game where they put up like 76 points.
Yeah,
Nope. They're typical Auburn. They're terrible. So I'm gonna have to unfortunately select OU to get their first win.
yeah. That'll be very interesting. Probably very low scoring game if I had to guess. Ben, how about yourself?
Yeah, I think OU has a really good defense. I think we saw it against Tennessee. I mean, forcing them to a bunch of field goals. Probably the best offense in the league at Tennessee, arguably. Um, yeah, Auburn. I don't know if they're going to be able to score, but I don't know if OU's going to be able to score. So it might be a
Yeah, it
battle.
might be 3-0.
It might be come down to turnovers. I'll take Auburn at home though. I think even though OU's favored, I think OU's got the better team. How they respond after a tough loss to Tennessee on the road. Auburn fans are going to be excited, War Eagle, all that stupid stuff. So um, anyway, they're Tigers or they Eagles? What's their mascot?
Hey,
Um,
we got to learn all this stuff. I'm with you. All right.
yeah, I know.
So you said OU, correct?
I said Auburn. Auburn's
You
going to
said
win.
Auburn. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ben, we're gonna start with you on this one. Arkansas at arch nemesis A&M. It's not at actually A&M at Kyle
Yeah, it's
Field.
in
You're playing it.
Dallas.
Yeah. Are you and your
Um,
wife going? Because I feel like you have to
no,
say A&M.
no, we got a baby shower. We went to the game last year,
Okay.
and I think they roasted a hog at halftime. It was such a beatdown. Um, Again, I think A&M has better talent, better team. Arkansas's, they played pretty well. Then they've escaped some games that they probably should have lost to Oklahoma State. That was a game of who wants to lose. Um, that was a weird game, weird
Yeah.
ending as well. I think Gundy was trying to play tricks with the clock management, and it didn't work out, and they went to
No,
overtime.
Oklahoma State did win that game.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but I think there was some time management stuff with Gundy
Yes.
before overtime.
Yep.
Um, but but
Good deal.
you know, I want to pick Arkansas. I just think Texas A&M is their defense is too good, so I
Okay.
pick A&M.
All right. A&M also starting a new quarterback. I guess this is technically his second start of the season. So we'll see how that goes. Brett, how about you? A&M 4 point favorite in Jerry World, Arkansas. What you feeling?
This is the inverse of A&M versus LSU. A&M seems to always get the better of Arkansas at that stadium. So you're making me pick two of our two biggest rivals.
Welcome back to the Southwest Conference, baby.
Yeah, I'm kidding. So I got to pick A&M on this one. No.
All right. And I guess I should have been telling saying my predictions as well. I got Ole Miss. I got OU. I've got Arkansas in this one, and I think that they win by like maybe 10. We'll
Ooh,
see. Yeah. Taylor Green, if he plays good, he's good for
Yeah,
Arkansas.
he's a good
He's very good.
quarterback.
Yeah. We'll see.
But I think they kind of beat themselves too often
That's
so
fair.
far this year.
They are what 3-1, so we'll see. Um, we've already gone Mississippi State, Texas. We know what we're doing there. We'll save the Bama, Georgia for last. South Alabama at LSU, 6:45. So
Hey,
down in the Bayou, LSU big
LSU.
favorites,
oh,
22.
Major Applewhite is the coach of South Alabama.
Yep.
Okay, hook 'em horns.
Let's go. That's what I'm
I
talking
think
about.
yeah, LSU definitely wins, but South Alabama, I think I'm gonna pick them to cover the spread. LSU hasn't proven they can stop anybody.
Yep.
You know, even a Sun Belt team. I think they're Sun Belt. Um,
I think so.
so
So, yeah.
um, yeah, I'm rooting for Major Applewhite though.
So you've got LSU, but South Alabama covering. Okay.
Yeah,
Brett, did you say yours? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, LSU and
Okay.
LSU to cover as well.
Good deal. I'll say this. I have a little bit of skin in this game because my fantasy football, y'all know I play college fantasy. I've got Garrett Nussmeier, the quarterback for LSU, on my team. I think he puts up 5 or 6 touchdowns, but I wouldn't be surprised if South Alabama put up a good 35 points. They've got a great offense. I think they put up like 80 points earlier this year. And LSU, dude, they're dog water on defense. So that's going to be a barn burner. Make sure you have SEC Network up at the night games.
yeah.
All right, and the
Sun
big one of the week. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just real quick, yeah. Sun Belt Conference. Major Applewhite. You know
Yep.
he doesn't play favorites, so uh, anyway.
Yep. I'm looking forward to it. That's gonna be a
Except
fun
with
one tonight. That's an
co-eds.
underrated game.
Well,
I definitely think
allegedly.
South Alabama covers. Maybe they lose by 10 or so, but LSU should win. Alabama, Georgia, big game. Georgia going into Roll Tide at 6:30. That'll be on your ABC network. UGA moving in as a 2-point favorite. This, I believe, is the first time Alabama is a home dog since 2007, which was Nick Saban's first year. That's insane. What do y'all got? Ben, start with you, man.
Oh, I was hoping to hear y'all's prediction first to kind of,
Okay, okay. You know what? We did
take.
start with you just now. Brett, what you got, man?
Hmm. I'm going with my heart on this one. I want Georgia to win this game, and I think
Yep.
Georgia's going to win this game. Um, the wild card is Milrow, right?
Yeah.
If he has a good game like he did against Georgia last year in the SEC championship,
hmm
Alabama could very well win this one. But
hmm
I think Georgia also has their bulletin board material from last year. Alabama effectively eliminated them from competing in the playoff.
Yeah.
There's a lot at stake, and they want to be the team too. They want to be the first, one of the first SEC teams to go into Tuscaloosa and have a dominant win on their schedule. So I'm going to go with Georgia on this one, and it's going to set up and two undefeated Titans going against each other in Austin in 3 weeks.
October 19th. Ben, you want me to go?
Yeah, you go ahead and I'll
Okay.
wrap it up.
Okay. This is a tough one. Georgia's defense is unreal. Georgia's offense is meh. It's not dynamic, but it works. It's efficient. Alabama should have a good defense, but sometimes they can't get out of their own way on offense. Um, Milrow has a chance to be great, could be a legit Heisman candidate, but he's kind of a me guy, which I don't know how that's going to go long term if they lose, for instance. Ryan Williams, freshman receiver for Alabama, phenomenal. You got Jam Miller running the ball. So if they can work the quarterback run game, which has really been working for them this year, like they did against Wisconsin, um, then they could put up, 28 points and it would be, coming down to fourth quarter possession. I'm going to go Bama. It's at home. I think they're going to rise up. I don't I hate to say it because I would love to see a 1-2 undefeated Georgia at Texas, October 19th. I hope I'm wrong, but man, Bama and Tuscaloosa, we know it's not easy to beat them. Georgia's they're going to come ready to play, but they did not look good against Kentucky. So unless Kirby Smart goes in there and just goes off like he does with some of his amazing pregame speeches and it actually gets to him, I think that crowd at 6:30 is going to be absolutely ripping and ready to go. That environment in Tuscaloosa is next level. So I think Milrow pulls off something. Maybe DeBoer has been staying real tight with the playbook up to this point. Maybe they just let him eat. So I got Bama 3-point win.
Yeah, I think we all agree we want to see Texas, Georgia undefeated play each other. Georgia's coming, like you said, maybe a little upset. Alabama, knocked them out of the playoff last year, even though Georgia still might have been one of the four best teams. You got to win the conference championship game. So that I think Georgia comes out hot, but I'm going to pick Alabama to win this game at home. I think the home environment. Um, they might get a slow start, but we saw a slow start against South Florida, obviously lesser opponent, but they started slow before and find a way to win.
Yeah.
Georgia did the same thing at Kentucky last week, but I like Milroe. I think he's a good leader, so we might disagree there. Um, so I'm taking Alabama at home.
Yeah. I could see Georgia winning by 10 easily, but
Yeah,
I do think that Bama's gonna be able to win. I think that game against Wisconsin really kind of showed, hey, if you just let Jalen go be Jalen, man, he can win you a game.
yeah. I
And
think that game was over early when Van Dyke got hurt in the first quarter, so
yep,
we really didn't get to see the real Wisconsin team.
that's fair. That's fair. Well, that is the SEC slate for Saturday, September 28th. Again, not a massive one in regards to how many games, but there's some good, interesting games in there. I will definitely be bouncing around from channel to channel whenever I'm not at the UT game and trying to keep an eye on everything between tailgating or when I get back home, watch those late games. So, um, appreciate you guys tuning in. This is Justin, Ben, and Brett from the 41st Acre. We'll see y'all soon.